Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to Take Two Radio. We are pleased to bring you interviews with people in the entertainment and music industry, discussions and recaps of the 4 remaining daytime soaps. That's The Bold and the Beautiful, The Young and the Restless, General Hospital, and Days of Our Lives, as well as various other shows. For upcoming and previous shows, check take2radio.com. That's with the number 2. And you can find us on Blog Talk Radio, iHeartRadio, iTunes, and other streaming apps. Follow us on social media at Take Two Radio, and thanks for listening.
Hey, good evening, everybody. This is Take Two Radio, your host for tonight, David, subbing in for Pam, who is ill. And with me tonight, Anthony, are you here?
I am here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Candice is here with us.
All right.
Hello.
Candice is here.
Hello.
And I do believe, I'm hoping Carolyn is going to join us later as soon as she can. If not, and Will is out for family reasons, having an early Thanksgiving. So right now it's just the 3 of us.
Yes, Miss Carolyn's got some family into. She had actually texted me earlier that she will try her best to make it, but she's running all around playing chauffeur, and there's a lot of traffic in the Tampa area. So hopefully she can make it. But good to be back.
It's nice. It's nice to have you guys with us.
And what an exciting November it's been. We're going to jump into the 4 shows, obviously, in a few minutes, but I think this is a great opportunity.
I got a little news, too. I don't know if you heard.
Got a little.
I have a little news.
All right, David, go on with your news.
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, if you are a fan of As the World Turns, you will know that there was a certain character by the name of Holden Snyder in the lot for a good part of 20 years. And we haven't heard from him until recently when his website, John Hensley Music, is up. And he has a song out for the 20th anniversary of 911.
Oh, nice.
Heaven. And it's on johnhensleymusic.com. And you can follow him on at Hensley John at Twitter, and he does have a Facebook page.
That's awesome. I actually had the opportunity to speak with Martha Byrne on a panel a couple of months ago, and she had talked about a lot of the As the World Turns reunions and how she's still very much in contact with John, but I think he bought a farm and is living Idaho.
Chicago.
One of those beautiful. It's Idaho?
I am. Well, it says Chicago on the Facebook, but.
Oh. Well,
maybe he did move. Maybe he didn't move. Change that yet.
Yeah. Or maybe, a lot of them have multiple home bases. Yeah, so that's awesome, John. I got to go check out that song. Candice, before we jump into the 4 remaining daytime soaps that we so love to talk about, do you have any news about Forever and a Day for us?
I do have some news for Forever and a Day. Thank you for bringing that up. This was so not planned, by the way. As we all know, last season there was a shocker. It was a little shocker, baby. Okay, but now we're here for the Thanksgiving episode. Yes, it's a Thanksgiving special of Forever and a Day that dropped today.
Yes, it did.
It's so good. Oh, my gosh. It's now on Anchor, which is now going to be the official home. So it's going to be Anchor, but it's still going to be on all streaming services. So if you had Forever and a Day, resubscribe to Forever and a Day so you can find out all the mess that's about to go down. Yeah.
We do have to resubscribe?
Yes, because, well, Forever and a Day was a part of JLJ Media for 2 seasons, and we are grateful, forever grateful to JLJ Media. But as things happen, you know, we grow up. So we're now on Anchor and all streaming services. So if you have us on iHeart, Google, and all that, subscribe to Forever and a Day, or check out FAADseries.com to find out all, like I said, all the mess. And today was the Thanksgiving episode. I can't reveal too much.
Yeah,
can I ask you this? Some of the stuff that we have eagerly been waiting to find resolutions for, is any of that addressed, or is this a standalone episode?
It's a tie-in. It's a prequel to season 3, but it follows up 6 months after the shocking season 2 finale.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll be spending a couple.
So you're gonna get answers because it's been 6 months. It's been like that, and you're also gonna get some answers / questions for what's gonna happen in season 3, which drops February 21st, the day before my birthday, 2022. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Oh, yeah. See, we tied you over. We. Yeah, that's season 3 starts February. Thanksgiving is today. So we got you something to tie you over. And before anybody asks, there is somebody on this phone that will be a part of it. They just don't know when I'm going to make that call to them, but they're going to be a part of it.
All right, girl. I'm waiting for my phone to ring.
Well, wait a minute. Let me see if I can drop something about if you pay close attention to season 2 finale, you know that there was 2 characters that was not a part of the big bang bang. But the question is, did they survive? Did they survive that ordeal that they were in? And And the most important question is did something happen to Danielle? Is Danielle going to be okay? I know. I'm trying to figure that out myself.
Oh, no.
Team Danielle. Oh, no.
Oh. Team Danielle.
Oh. Team Danielle. Hashtag.
All right. Well, everybody out there, please search out Forever and a Day and resubscribe so that you can follow the platform wherever it may end up. But for now, it's going to be on Anchor. And if all of you like me out there have been a hankering and don't want to wait until February, this is a great early Christmas present or Thanksgiving pie surprise, whatever you want to call it. Forever and a Day dropped today, and I knew that when I got up on here, I was going to surprise Candice and get her to spill a little tea for us.
I know, but I do want to give a shout out to everybody who has supported the show. And tell a friend, tell your neighbor, tell your spouse, tell the ex that's down the street, even though you know you're trying to get a holiday booty call. Tell them about the podcast. And I want to give a shout out, if maybe, to Tracy Ann Kelly from Bold and Beautiful, who's a writer on Bold and Beautiful, because she shocked us by saying that during, the year and whatnot, there was a lot of podcasts that she chose to listen to, and she actually listened to Forever and a Day. So thank you, Tracy. Thank you, girl. Thank you. You never know who's listening.
Well, I don't know if you guys saw, but there has been some interesting casting news. I think we'll save the Days of Our Lives stuff and see if our Carolyn is able to make it in with us. But I also saw an interesting tidbit about the Bold and the Beautiful. Did you see that, Candice, about Mr. Ted King?
I did see that.
No. What about him?
Yes. Mr. Ted King is now elevated to a contract role.
Ooh. Nice. I know how much Candice appreciates that.
I'm thinking to myself, those of us in the know may have seen some stuff online, but those of us in the know can report that the teasers that certain sites are trying to tell you that Thorsten Kaye is leaving the Bold and the Beautiful, period. Rich is going to be gone, all that kind of stuff.
No, he's
not. Is not really the case. Like some folks, family stuff happens, life happens. He needs to take a little bit of time to readjust with his family, to do whatever needs to be done in his life and his family. And we wish him, a successful, beautiful time, away from the screen. So I'm assuming that they decided they needed to fill a certain beefcake slot that would be, missing on screen for an extended period of time. And who better than, an actor the caliber of Mr. Ted King. So I am really happy to see that we're going to not only, see little glimpses of him, but we're going to see him on a daily basis for a while.
I don't know if I can handle all the hot. I don't know if I can handle all the hotness on this show. I don't think I can handle it. You got Dawn. Okay. No, I was pretending to kind of think inside my head. Where you got Don Diamont. Hot. You got Ted King.
You got Lawrence.
Hi. You got Lawrence is my brother, so I guess he's cute. Hi, Lawrence. You got Matthew. You got Tanner.
Yeah.
You got I say Matthew. I think I said Matthew a couple times.
You said Matthew.
Oh God. I can't think of his name. I apologize. He plays Zende. Sky. You got Sean Kanan. Good Lord. Good grief.
As you're listing it off, can't you see opening up one of them presents from under the tree or under the candlelight if you happen to celebrate Hanukkah, or maybe wrapped in colorful paper if you celebrate Kwanzaa, and all of a sudden it is getting bold with the men of Forrester. Or
I'm just waiting for the men of
the calendar.
No, calendar. The man's calendar. I tipped that idea. I tipped it a few times. I'm just saying, somebody has to listen. But no, I'm just saying,
no, girl, wait, real quick, before we go in another direction, they want to sell us coffee mugs. They want to sell us cute little language. Yep. They want to sell us wraps and things. Where is my beefcake calendar? I want one of these soaps, and you know who's going to do it first? We all know it. We all know it's going to be Days of Our Lives next year. It will be the Men of Salem calendar. And speaking of which, oh my God, did you not flip your wig, if you happen to wear one, or your baseball cap, when we found out that we are getting a Days of Our Lives holiday movie? Yes.
Wait. Let me tell you something. It was, okay, so I was watching the live stream, I don't know if anybody else was, of Arlene Davidson, and when she was talking about the Real Housewives and stuff, and of course, Peacock is, brought all that. But then when she said, ding, ding, oh, and Days fans, and I'm like, what, don't tell me this is where we're going to get the Beyond Salem 2, announcement. And she said it, and I'm just like, you know what, come through, Peacock, come through. Peacock is the greatest thing for Days right now. I'm sorry, I'm just going to say this.
It is.
Because you have Beyond Salem. Days of Our Lives is one of the top rated, shows on Peacock streaming. And now you get a holiday special. You guys, this is, I'm going to cry because I knew I was going to do it. I am so proud of them right now. This is what I wanted for Days, and I know a lot of people who follow, you guys have heard me say I wish Days could get promoted the way that they promote This Is Us and Law and Order and all these great shows, not taking away from, but the fact is that, right, it is a staple. And the thing is that now it's like they're breathing new life into this show. And so when I heard about the holidays, I was like, you know what, come through. I said, this is old school. If we really think about it, see, New Days fans, you don't understand what this really actually means for us who remembers Friday night prior to the Emmys and a Sunday when Days of Our Lives did the TV movies.
Yep.
Cruise of Deception,
Yes.
One Stormy Night. Like, that's kind of bringing it kind of a full circle moment. And I think we kind of can put two and two together what probably is going to happen because they did lift off the cast who's going to be in it. So I don't know if you guys know who's going to be in it or not. So.
Well, yeah. I saw, but for our listeners, we should definitely give them some teasers. Chandler Massey, of course, and Eileen Davidson.
Right.
Go ahead, Candice.
We also have Billy Flynn. We have Jake Hoganson. Yep. Zach Tinker is back. We also have this guy named Eric Maltzoff. I don't know him like that. We have Allison Sweeney was announced as well. We can't tell you everybody. Because there was a surprise. There was a surprise in the cast news with that, and I was like, oh. Well, I mean, okay, I'll give you one. Camilla Bannis is going to be in it. That's all we can tell you. That's it. No, Anthony, don't say no.
Oh, well, you know what? I'm going to break it. I'm going to break a secret, and the person who gave me this little scoop knows I'm going to break it anyway, so we ain't going to be in trouble.
Don't do it.
No, I have to. It has been, I think it's 19 years since we have seen Miss Deidre and her sister Samantha on screen together, and we will see them once more during the holiday special.
Mm-hmm. And we can tell you this.
Awfully cool.
That was it. Yeah, that's cool. But I think there's one more big surprise in that cast. We saw this person earlier this year. That's your hint.
Did. Oh, girl.
We saw. Well, actually, no. Okay, I'm about to break it down on this one. This person was last seen a few years prior, but made a return previously, like, I'm going to say give it about 3 weeks ago. I'm not talking about Greg Ricard either. Thank you. But, by the way, he's in it too. But you guys got to find out when A Salem Christmas, A Days of Our Lives Christmas special, airs December 16th on Peacock. Make sure you guys get Peacock, and thank you.
I have it.
Dave.
Yeah,
all right. What show? Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh,
no, you know what?
I had one more news.
Other casting news. Oh, go ahead, girl.
Okay. I do have one. So, real quick, because we are going to talk about the show later, but, there's hashtag 30 years of Michael Baldwin, which means Christian LeBlanc has played Michael Baldwin on Young and the Restless for 30 years. That's exciting. That is congrats on that. But the bigger news is if you're in the New York area and you love Broadway shows, you're going to be interested to know come January of 2022, Emmy Award winner Christian LeBlanc of The Young and the Restless, who is celebrating 30 years as Michael Baldwin. You see how I did that? Is going to play Big Daddy and Cat and Tin
Roof. On a hot tin roof.
Hot
tin roof. Yes.
Cat on a hot tin roof.
Tin roof. Yes.
Roasted. Love Shack. Oh, wait, that's
Lord.
the wrong song. Sorry.
Yeah. So if you're in the New York area, go to Christian. We'll post it on our social page where you can get tickets and everything. This is a huge day because he actually loves that play, and that's a Tennessee Williams play for those who don't know. And it was made into a movie. Elizabeth Taylor was in it. Okay, look it up. That's a get. That's a get. I think that's a huge get. And guess what? I'm going to try to go up there. I'm going to go up there.
Oh, you know what, Candice? We'll coordinate. Gabriel and I will meet you up there, and we'll go together.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. There's one more exciting piece of casting news that folks have been all types of aflutter. I love that word, aflutter. I think there are lots of words in the English language that we've let go of that we should use more often. One that comes to mind would be Jezebel. When was the last time you heard somebody call somebody a Jezebel and really mean it? But I guess I'm digressing. Let me get back to the point.
I would say I would say if you listen to Forever and a Day podcast, you may hear that word.
Girl, I'm good, ain't I?
You are.
Mr. Trevor St. John, who folks know as Todd/Victor, has signed on with General Hospital on ABC. So fans are all over the place. Some folks think he might come and step in to play Jason Morgan for a while. Some folks think, which I don't know, I'm doing some math, and I'm saying to myself, I don't know how you're going to make this work, but this is soap opera that he might be coming in to play Jeff Weber. I don't know how they could possibly make that work. But then again, they don't put everybody's memories up in all kinds of folks. So, you know, if Todd, oh, my God, if Franco could be Drew and Drew could be Jason and Jason don't know who he is, maybe Trevor St. John could come in and convince us that he could be Jeff.
This ain't Days of Our Lives. This ain't no Days of Our Lives where we got, or Answer on Turns. I'm sorry, Tom Pelfrey, I love you, but you know darn good well that story was not right. When y'all know the storyline I'm talking about. I did hear who he may play, and I'm going to say this. I'm going to put my money on this, is that he's going to play Rick Lampson.
Oh, I would. You know, I'd be very upset, though, because unless Rick himself decided, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, if Rick decided it's not the right time for me, then I'll be okay. But if they recast that with, you know, without having went for Rick first, I'm going to be very upset. But, you know, it's not the first time in recent memory that somebody would be aged down. You know, Adam is more, you know, in the age range of Summer and Kyle than he is of the parents that he's trying to woo. You know, I'm just saying. It has happened before, and we have swallowed those pills.
Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Yes.
Daisy on Gown Light. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, and I know that they don't stick with. I know that some of the actors are not even old enough to play parents of the ones that they have, like
Lisa.
Let's go
Lisa
for
and Dominic.
Lisa and Dominic are.
Dominic.
They're not less than 10 years apart.
John McCook and Ron Moss.
John McCook and Ron Moss.
Yeah, we're like 6 years apart.
Brianna Nicole Henry and Taj Bello.
I think that's the biggest. That's the biggest one you can point to. That's the one that you really see. Yes.
I do want to do something real quick because as soon as you said Brianna, congratulations on expecting your first baby, which is a baby girl. She posted on social media about it.
Yes. All right.
Yay,
so,
that's good news.
Our faithful and wonderful leader, Pam, has asked us to tread very, very carefully on this next subject. So we're going to say for our fans that Monday's episode was the last airing for two Port Charles Incredibles, Mr. Ingo Rademacher and Mr. Steve Burton. You know, it's the soap universe, so hopefully we will see both of them in different incarnations or different storylines pop back into Port Charles in, you know, the relatively near future. But as of right now, it is true. Both have shot their last episodes and will, you know, be on hiatus for a while. We spoke a little bit 2 weeks ago when we did the show about what had went on with Ingo, and there's enough out there on social media. If you want to hear Steve Burton's comment on it, please hit up his Instagram. He posted yesterday and let the fans know what he was feeling and thinking. And either way, he'll be missed. He'll be very much missed. All right.
Thank you,
Candice,
thank you,
what
Anthony.
What show do you want to start with tonight?
I want to start with Forever and a Day. I'm joking. I would like to do the roulette game. Actually, I want to talk about Daisy. But I know we gotta wait for our fearless leader. But so I can hold off. Let's just go to General Hospital. Let's just get this over with.
Oh yeah.
Because I have some gripes.
You have some gripes. I was with you at Soap Party, Candice. So
look,
I know some of your gripes.
I'm just gonna say this right now. Wow. You know, because y'all have been with me through the ups and downs.
Yep.
I had my papers on the table for a divorce. We worked it out. We had counseling. And everything. General Hospital has now become that soap where I'm just watching, waiting for something to happen, but no, deep down inside it's not going to happen the way that I think it's going to happen, that it should happen. Can somebody please explain to me? Okay, this whole Maxie, Brooklyn, Valentine, all this comes out now. We now know, Valentine now knows he ain't the daddy.
Mm-hmm.
He's heartbroken.
He's heartbroken.
And before Brooklyn, Brooklyn is spurring all of these things, but then all of a sudden in the distance, riding on a horse, comes Chase. With Valentine asks, who the daddy? Instead of a made-up name, here comes Chase, me. I'm the daddy.
Just like that, too.
Literally, just like that. I wasn't even acting. I was just doing it. Oh, okay. David, how do you feel about this plot twist turnaround of this baby story? Do you feel as though, like, Maxie and Brooklyn needs to tell the truth and nothing but the truth, so help us help Jesus? Or do you like the twist of Chase being the baby daddy for right now?
Well, I see it as a little bit of trouble because, one, he could possibly lose his job in the fallout.
Can I just remind
don't know.
you,
I think
Anna Devane, Robert Scorpio, Burt Ramsey, Max Scorpio. Well, Mac never really did anything horrific that he shouldn't have been. But of all the chiefs of police and various different detectives that we've had coming through the PCPD, I'm not that worried about Chase moving each other for a little lie. Are you, Candice?
I'm just like...
I don't know. He could. Who knows?
When I tell you, I think General Hospital, I figured something out while I was having my soap therapy session.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you need a soap therapy session. I'm telling you, it works.
You do? No, yes, you do, girl.
You do. Sometimes you need to, like, if you're a fan of the show, sometimes it's good to get it all out, like, without being biased. It's like, my thing is General Hospital has this problem of when you start a really good story, right, and it's like it gives you classic soap tropes, right? You getting those good, like, solid, oh, my gosh, like, they're going to have to protect this baby because it's going to be, like, the shocking secret. Like, they're going to keep this secret till the child is, like, 18 years old, and at a fancy party, the truth is going to come out. Yes, I did reference Sky and Light. Yes, I did. But at the same time, you have Brooklyn, who is not a split image of her grandmother, Tracy, but she has some of the habits, right? You have Maxie. She has her gum. Yeah. Maxie has to do what she has to do to protect her child, right? You got all of this good stuff, and then you have Maxie now acting like, oh, la-di-da-di-da, I'm a fashionista, da-da-da-da-da, I'm not worried about my child, da-da-da-da. You're up in everybody's business. Who cares if Sam and Dante are dating? I understand Lulu was your best friend. I shouldn't have said was, but she is your best friend. But sadly, she's Sleeping Beauty right now. You need to, Maxie, figure out what your next game plan is, because right now, the way you're portraying it is like you don't give up. Brooklyn, girl, I get it, but you put yourself into a corner because I feel as though both women should have just been honest. It's like roll the dice and see what happens. At first, I understood the assignment, but now I don't understand the assignment. We all knew that Valentine would get hurt. And for those who said He wasn't. He brought up somebody else that is also going to feel bad about the situation, who's going to feel a certain type of way, and that is Charlotte.
Yep.
Charlotte
okay, I'm going to step in here because I got a couple of things to say. So first and foremost, you know, if you were not a James Patrick Stewart fan up until this point, these scenes this, you know, Friday and then these scenes yesterday and today, I mean, come on, you just, that man put everything he had into these scenes. So I wanted to say that. General Hospital, you keep giving the story away before we get a chance to hit the beats that a lot of us really want to see. So here is a piece of advice, and if you got to go back and refilm scenes, let Frank, Chris, if y'all is listening, if you cheat us from having Valentine and Nina have that moment before Nina tells him that she knew all this time, if you cheat us of that moment, we're going to be real kinds of upset. Now, I want to see the fallout when Nina finally has to tell him that she knew, but that apology moment, that moment, oh, my God, this is what I did to you, isn't it? This is, you know, yes, he called Anna. I'm loving that personally. You know, a couple months ago I said that, you know, if they went with this storyline, blah, 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 I'm loving it personally. But he should have been right on the phone with Nina as the next phone call that he made. Point blank, period. If you know, and they did the same thing. There were lots of fans, myself being one of them, that wanted to see Sonny come back to Port Charles as Mike and play the flip side of the Jason Quartermain, Jason Morgan, Sonny Corrento storyline. Plus, if you was going to go there and have Carly and Jason actually get married and then have Sonny walk in on them on the wedding night, he should have walked in not knowing what he was walking in on and let that play out for a while. Let us hit the beats from the reverse perspective. Now, I get that y'all went back and changed the storyline from what you originally contemplated because folks was just fed up and they had enough. But I got to say, I only watched about 10 minutes worth of today's episode, so I can't say a lot. But the scenes between Nina and Sonny last week and then the ones again yesterday, I know I'm in the minority, but I really do want to see how this all plays out. I like that it's not all happily ever after. And if what was going on with Steve Burton wasn't going on, we'd probably have a different storyline with Jason, Carly, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You keep missing the beats, you know, General Hospital. Please. And now, when all is said and done with Olivia, Ned, Austin, Leo, et cetera, there needs to be some accountability because Lisa, a.k.a. Olivia, went running all over town when it all finally came out about Dante being Sonny's son. So now that it's the reverse, et cetera, we all need those moments too. Please don't miss those beats. Please. And let's start dropping the hints that you know, that Portia is somehow related to Tanner. What is her name again? Phyllis. Yeah, Phyllis. Let's get this storyline moving. And it's been weeks now. We all know that Curtis is the baby daddy. Let's move that along a little bit too. You know, I love seeing the diversity of storyline, except the diversity storyline still does one thing, you know, still hasn't fixed one thing. It's the all-day, everyday Sonny show. Okay. And, you know, folks, yeah, go ahead, girl.
I'm going to say, okay, I feel as though even if, besides the behind-the-scenes stuff, because I'm not even going to give that as an excuse for GH. Anyway, I can't. Because with the Sonny storyline, and I'm just going to say it, 9 months ago, they started this storyline. They played the right beats with Sonny and Carly and Jason. Sonny Deuces. By what the question has always been, what would happen to the Port Charles the citizens if Sonny Corrento's dies. What is going to happen to Carly and to Jason and that whole mess, right? For 20-something years, the Jason and Carly fans have been holding out hope because there's always been that thing. Okay, you played the beat of Jason and Sam, okay? Okay? You had
and you gave us the dalliance with Britt.
Right, and I was going to go there. Thank you. I was going to go there. Two characters who remotely have nothing in common. She's not a ride or die chick like, you know, the other women that has been in Jason's life. But you had them on the verge of something. But what did you do? You inserted Carly. We all know that marriage to convenience, which if you ask me, again, watching General Hospital as long as I do, I remember when Jason ran them out without a marriage to convenience. So I don't get where the marriage to convenience came from, but plot point number 28. Okay, you had that. Okay, then, you know, we kept saying, when Sonny comes back, oh, my gosh, like, Carly is going to have to make a decision. Who does she really, truly love? This is going to be the Super Bowl for General Hospital, because now the trio is going to be a make or break. We all felt the slap across all of our faces when Sonny just barged in like he still owns. I mean, he just came in and didn't see any action between Carly and Jason. Fast forward, you try to put Britt back into you try to get Carly to quote unquote give Britt the consolation prize. No disrespect, but girl, for real. Okay, moving on. You have this next story part, like you said, with the Maxie and all that stuff. To me, the General Hospital, I thought we talked about this. Like you said, you start out with something that has potential to be your like big golden moment, and you drop it so hard that it shatters not just a fan base. Let me just say that, but everybody. There's two stories on this show currently because we all knew that guy, that mysterious guy, was Curtis's daddy. And if you didn't, the joke has always been everybody gets a daddy but Elizabeth.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. You have, when Nina said, when Sonny was Mike, when he was Mike, he was treating her better than anybody. Again, that is a true statement, but here's the thing. In her delusional world that she made up this whole world where everything was fine. And if you know Nina's history, that could actually possibly be true. But what I don't get is Ava and Nina being buddies, okay? Then you got Carly. Carly, you okay. Can I talk? Okay, I'm sorry. I know I'm red, but this was another big issue. Yesterday, when I saw Bobby, I was like, hey, girl.
Yeah. I
said, so nobody's going to include Bobby in this storyline. And the reason I said this is because I remember a time. Yes, this is where we go down the time here. Where Bobby was the third wheel. Of a couple. I forgot the couple. To me, why is General Hospital dropping the ball? And somebody said this on social media as well. Why is General Hospital dropping the ball of not having Carly talk to her mother about how she is like noticing certain things here and there about Sonny?
And I'm gonna go here with this one, or go to Olivia, because until they actually have a conversation, Carly has no idea that Olivia is dealing with anything with Leo and or her little lip lock with Mr. Scorpio.
But here's the thing. I'm going to just say, go ahead.
Who, is not her mother, which to bring Bobby in for two damn scenes just annoyed the crap out of me. But, I'd rather see two damn scenes than no scenes at all for the next 6 months. But, if you want to stick it to the canvas, that's a friendship that they flirt with whenever they absolutely have a plot point that they need to draw forward, but they don't really play with that friendship anymore. Who better to go to? Sonny was not only in love with you for a short period of time, but he was in love with your cousin and your cousin's alter ego.
And then
anybody can commiserate with Carly, it would be either Olivia or Brenda, and Brenda's not on campus right now.
I mean, but to me, it would be like because I feel as though like to me, and I don't want people to get upset for what I'm about to say, but this is just my opinion. I feel as though that they're trying so hard to make us feel for Carly in this scenario that they're just like kind of having her get ready to have in General Hospital, if you play this, I will give you a pass if you do it. Have her deal with all this by herself, because we all know Carly does have a mental health issue where she has a freaking breakdown. All of this is too much for her.
No, it's not going to go that way, unfortunately. And I honestly, I'd actually rather see it go that way. And I'm not jumping on the bandwagon, because if you all remember when it was first announced who Cameron Matheson would be playing, I said, oh, okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. Y'all remember?
Well, he thought it was going to be Rick Lansing.
Who did?
Cameron did.
Cameron thought that.
No, I know, but when it was finally announced that he was playing Drew, y'all remember when I said, I know exactly what's going to happen? And then I said the words, remember the elevator. Remember the elevator. Candice, remember that?
Yeah. Yeah, I was saying that too from jump. I said they're going to go that route. But now I'm questioning it. I think it's going to be part
because
of it.
Jason's not coming back. She's going to find out full force about Sonny and Nina, and who else can she turn to? She going to turn to Drew.
True.
Yeah.
That is true, and I think that's how we all said it's going to happen. But I'm also questioning, will they also play around with Drew and Britt?
I wouldn't mind seeing that at all. Would not mind seeing that at all.
Because you do have... go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to say, if folks pay attention to Soap Opera Digest and their podcast, we know who that other woman is. And we're probably in the next couple of months going to see her too, which is going to put a little adventure for Robert Scorpio. And they're giving us too much, lead-in knowledge. So that the stuff that they think is going to be shocking isn't going to end up being shocking because of the way they're playing the beats.
Yeah. And I mean, it's just, I'm going to tell you the two stories that I'm actually kind of interested in. I'm going to be honest. The second part of the Maxie, Chase, Brooklyn, Sasha, Brando stuff. Like the Sasha and Brando stuff is actually kind of interesting because I'm wondering if it's what I thought was going to happen, if it's really going to happen.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah. And not only that, but you do have, Chase now knows everything, pretty much, because Maxie was, full alert, so y'all didn't see it. Maxie knows that he knows. They know.
Yeah, no, she does.
Yeah, everybody knows. But still, to me, there's certain things, like Valentine told Nina, and Nina was like, oh, I'm sorry. Oh,
I know.
I'm sorry. I'm like I said, I feel bad for Valentine, but when he said something about Charlotte, I was like, yeah.
Oh, I'm not going to get my moment then, am I?
Which moment?
It was interrupted.
Yeah, it was interrupted because of news.
So you can see it on abc.com in its entirety tonight.
No, but that moment where Valentine breaks down, cries, and apologizes to Nina for what he did, finally realizing that it's been done to him. I'm not going to get that moment, am I?
No.
Oh, well, thanks.
You might look. Wait, you notice I'm doing this like a dog.
He means
you're
getting warm.
Watch the show. Watch it. But no, like I said, they actually have made Sasha and Brando really important. But the other storyline, which I said on this podcast, I said, GH, do not F this story up because you did it before, but now it's like you really got to play. And I'm talking about Leo. Let me tell y'all something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lisa, I said this on Twitter. Lisa. That's your Emmy reel.
Oh,
this is your Emmy reel.
Oh, hell yeah. Girl hasn't had such good to play since her first son was shot. She has not had good material like this. Yes.
In a while. The thing is that, and I work with children, so I was like, all right, denial is the number one thing for parents, regardless of the situation. Your child could either be on the spectrum, they could be doing something wrong, they could be like sick. Everybody gets that denial gene as a parent. The fact that she was like, nope, I don't need anybody to tell me what to do with my son. That right there, when somebody says, I don't need nobody to tell me what to do with my child, that is one of the number one things, because it's like you're invading their space. But then when she broke down and everything, I was like, when that boy came to the art gallery, as we all know, by the way, we got to talk about that later in a minute, you knew something was going to happen. Right. Whether he was going to break something important or he was going to sneak off and whatnot. And he did sneak off to water. And I said this over on Soul Party. Whoever got that, because that is actually one of the, I don't want to say signs or anything, but that is a noticeable. It's a noticeable tell because water is very calming, but it also can be a little bit of an adventure. And kids like being busy. They like being busy, but they also like being still. And they can actually drift off by watching the water. Think about it. So when she had that moment, I was like, yeah. This is one of those moments. See, I miss some of these moments on soaps where you as a viewer, you're watching these scenes, you're watching these characters have the realization, right, that moment where it finally comes together. And then you're there with the characters. Now it's like you're actually in the scene, right? And then she's like crying, and she's like, oh my God, did I do something? Like starting to question you as a parent, like herself as a parent, as well as asking questions. And you feel like just giving her a hug because you know somebody on, like in that, whether it's Ned or something like Ned kind of try to tell you something. Because think about it, Ned was kind of like doing his thing. Austin was doing his thing. But you can't go above a mother. In some situations, because she is the biological parent. When Dante said, like he didn't know anything, and like to me, not everybody needs to know everything. I lied on Young and the Restless. We'll get to that in a minute. But I just thought that scene, that was like, whoa, I said, all right, General Hospital, let's go. Don't do like you did with the Aiden storyline. You started something and you didn't finish it. Be brave about it. Like Dan, Chris, Kate Hall, I'm calling y'all out. You know what you need to do. And don't make it so after school break special, like on today's General Hospital, we have a very special episode about autism.
Yes.
Please join us.
Yes,
like you can still do it, and then at the end it's saying, for more information, go to autism.com and don't be like, oh well, he's just a kid. It's a phase. I will be seriously upset even more. So, but General Hospital, okay, we'll check back with you.
We're going to check back with them in 2 weeks, but before we move on to The Young and the Restless, I have one question. Is the teen scene doing it for you right now? David, you go first. The younger adult scene.
The younger adults? Let's see. Well, they do need some spice in there, so I guess it's time that, Esme does her thing. So, not quite yet, but I think it's coming.
Candice?
I need for some movement, and I need some nails. I need to know, like, we know Esme's game plan is like, okay, she's jealous of anybody that comes near Spencer. For what? What is he offering you that you are afraid to give up? And not only that, what is the deal with you and Ryan? We're now going on past the 5 month status. Like, not only that, and I'm just going to say this, for the Trina and Spencer fans out there, I hear you. I see you. I also agree. General Hospital, you need to start moving them too. But they have some good points here. is that what General Hospital's problem is that not everything needs to be like a turtle. It doesn't have to be slow. You can pick up certain speed on some of these stories because you're dragging it to the point where I'm going to start, I was joking. I said, I wonder if they're just throwing stuff on the wall to see what sticks and writing it down. And I know the talented writing cast over there, the talented crew over there, the writers, are not doing that. It's just, to me, you have the Sonny and Nina and Carly story. And for the assumption of it, we know that the behind the scenes may have played in the later part of the storyline. I can't say about the beginning, okay? We know
but they scrapped and revamped that storyline. You know it, I know it, and most of the fans out there know it.
Right. Right.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm just saying is that
here's the thing: they have a potentially beautiful, absolutely beautiful storyline to play out, and diluting it with all this Esme Spencer stuff is crap. Let me rephrase that. They should be two dual storylines orbiting in the same universe, but Jocelyn is about to give up her virginity to Cam. They need to touch back on the love of her life up to this point and the fact of they were all friends together, et cetera, et cetera. And, yes, they did touch on it when Cam and Esme spoke for a second, but don't do this, General Hospital, please. I'm begging you. I am begging you from the bottom of my heart. Don't turn Joss, Cam, and Esme into a triangle before you allow Jocelyn to have the teen, young adult girl moments that she needs to have to put Oscar in the place that he needs to be and to figure out that she can be who she needs to be going forward. I get where you're going with this Joss, Esme, Cameron triangle. And I get that Trina and Spencer are going to end up together. I get all that. It's written on the wall. It's Lucky Nicholas, Elizabeth, Emily all over again.
But you know what? I'm going to say this. Okay, the thing is about with this quad is Esme brought the best out of all of them. I'm going to be honest, okay? To me,
my God, I agree 1,000%.
Yeah, to me, they're playing the certain beats. Like Spencer is arrogant. He's arrogant, okay, and he's privileged and everything like that.
Yeah.
They have the Spencer and Cameron thing, like they have that connection where, again, Cameron will always be a talent. This is for old school fans. This is Nicholas versus Xander all over again if General Hospital plays it right. With Joss and Cameron, it's Carly and Jason 2.0. The thing is that when I heard them talk about the virginity and stuff like that, and then I'm hearing Esme asking about the virginity, I'm like, this girl is about to sabotage somebody's first time. And it's going to be Jocelyn, where something happens, where, Esme gets under the skin of somebody, and it's not who you like. It would be Joss and Spence or Trina and Cameron, and somebody walks in, and Esme's all, hee, I told you y'all can't trust each other. The Trina, Esme, Spencer, that's your meat and potatoes right there. Because you already have Spencer already interested in Trina. You have Trina who's not like Esme and whatnot. This girl is going places. Joss and Trina,
Esme's definitely going places. And Trina's about to find out, my baby daddy, my daddy, not my daddy. I got another baby daddy. Oh, man.
And I'm going to tell you something.
I need some support. And who am I going to go to? I'm not going to go to my best friend, Joss. I'm not going to go to my once crush / new best friend, Cameron. I'm going to go to Spencer because he understands being disappointed. He understands all these things.
I just need for them to, I think that's okay. Like, the fact that General Hospital has a young adult set, that definitely is, a good thing for me because I've been asking for one for a while. But it's just the way, again, story-wise, is you're moving certain, it's like chess. You're taking your time, and I understand. I get it. But we're going to need y'all to hurry this chess game up because I really want to play Uno.
Yeah. I want to get on the Twister map, but go ahead. I feel you.
Mhm.
All right, we got to move on to The Young and the Restless. We're going to hold out a little bit longer on days just in case Carolyn makes it. Let's get over to The Young and the Restless. I got to say, I'm still in counseling. I still have the divorce papers on my desk. You know, I haven't signed them. All those little sticky things are right there where I'm supposed to sign, but I haven't signed them. I actually am pleasantly surprised at how good they've tied all the stories together recently. David, why don't you tell the folks where we're at in Genoa City right now?
Right now, Abby is in search of her husband, Chance. She is on her way to Spain. I think is in Mallorca instead of Valencia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mallorca, Spain. Ashley is on her way to Valencia to look for her. Her parents and everyone who cares about her is very worried that she's not in a proper state of mind right now to go looking for him, and they're worried she's going to get hurt. In the meantime,
where's the baby, by the way?
The baby is now staying with Devon.
Isn't that interesting?
Isn't that interesting? That's where she left him. So, you know what the dynamic's going to happen there. Who knows what Mariah's going to think when she finds out something there. And there's a lot of movement within that story that I can't.
And Victoria's wonderful wedding?
In Victoria's wonderful wedding. Oh, God. I guess Billy got hoodwinked by all four of them. By Jesse, by Ashlyn, by Adam, and by Victor. And Billy has offered to step down. As long as they leave Lily alone, which she is not happy with. Anyone want to care to add? I don't know. Now, if you watch today's, Victoria and Ashlyn offered them a deal to work with them. If they take on, they want to sort of merge Chancecom into Loch Newman. Or is it Newman Loch?
Newman Loch. I know Candice is chomping at the bit. I have to
Candice start chomping.
You know, the young, well, I'm going to throw it to Candice in 3 seconds. The Young and the Restless has this talent. They know when storylines are floundering too far, how to really impactfully, very quickly pull everything back together. What the Young and the Restless has not had in the last 5-6 years, at least since the Hooker with a Heart of Gold storyline, is once they pull it all back together, they don't know what to do with it to get themselves to the next storyline arc. And that is my big, right now, I'm loving The Young and the Restless. I am on board. My divorce papers is in the folder. I'm not looking at them, but I'm not putting them in the shredder either because I know the history. Go ahead, girl. I know you are chomping at the bit.
Okay. I come to Soap Jesus Church of Soap Heavens and stuff. Here's the thing with Young and Restless. Young and Restless isn't perfect, and it's not the worst. It's like puberty.
That's saying
it's
a lot.
Trying to find itself again. Yeah, it's like puberty. It's trying to find itself. The problem with, okay, I'm going to break it down into sections because there's two major stories that's happening on the show. No, I'm not counting the Amanda storyline because
nobody's counting the Amanda storyline.
The baby storyline. The baby storyline, we all knew from jump because of stuff that was going on and whatnot. You know, how can I say this? It went wibbly wobbly whoop Okay, it went wibbly wobbly woo, and the thing is that when you have a storyline that goes wibbly wobbly woo, you have to figure something out. Okay, we said it on here. I've been preaching about it. It's going to happen, a custody battle. Something's going to trigger for all three of these people to be in a custody battle. So let's take a look. Abby cannot handle being a parent. She's mentally exhausted.
Right.
I mean, am I seeing things? Is anybody else seeing that? Is that she is?
No, you're not seeing things.
Well, let me just break it down.
And the level of this commitment towards Chance is not right. It's definitely in a mental state. It's not right.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, so I'm going to break it because some people was asking this and everything that Chance is the one who pushed Abby in it. No, before Chance left, before he even got shot, they were already talking about planning to start a family. When he got shot, when he got shot, and it was the sperm count was low, they thought that's when they made another decision. Chance asked Abby, point blank, do you still want to continue with this? Let's find a surrogate. And that was why Mariah and Abby was friends. Okay. So, no, this was not just a thing. Chance didn't, because even Chance kept saying, let's wait. Abby wanted to do this. Even while he's on his mission, she continued to, get everything done. The fact that she cannot bond, she is not emotionally, let me break this down
to this baby
further.
At all.
She is not attached at all. She is not, like Mariah and Devon is more attached to that child. Look, me, Anthony, and David are more attached to that baby than Abby is. And that's a problem because it's very overwhelming for her. Mariah didn't want to bond with the child, but here's the thing about being a surrogate for 9 months. In this case, 6 months, because just younger than roughly, she thought we didn't know. I counted. Yeah, it was 6 months. She became emotionally attached and physically attached when she was kidnapped. That was her trauma, and she had something to rely on. So the reality came into play when that baby was born, Devon. And
now you've got the ticky boom boom building. Because Mariah is not going to be able to allow Abby to be an absentee mother to that baby. The ticky boom boom is tick-tocking moment by moment by moment. And I'm all in on this. I got to say, I did not want Mariah, a surrogate running off with the baby storyline yet again on a soap opera. However, this is playing out a lot differently, and it's hitting natural beats. So I'm all in on it now.
It's hitting to the point where and we said this, if they do a custody battle, it's pitting people against each other. Because here's the thing, you got Devon, he's the wild card. Because when this whole thing started, Amanda, and see, this is where you got to do the legal stuff. Amanda and Brittany both told Mariah and Devon, once you sign over the rights to this child, that's it. Yeah. Abby and Chance will be the official guardians. They will be the ones to make all the decisions. You can't, unless they give you authorization, you can't do nothing in between. Devon, knowing your history with children, I knew as soon as he saw that child, he was going to reconsider everything. And I want to give kudos to Young and the Rustlers because it was last week, I'm watching Young and the Rustlers, right? And all of a sudden, I hear Neil's voice. And I turned around, and I'm like, what's going on? And I see the scene. I'm seeing the flashback. And it was like 3 minutes, y'all. Not a quick one, but a 3-1, which it broke it down as if Christophe St. John, and yes, we miss you every day, sir. He was actually in the storyline, like that's currently playing out. Everything that Neil was saying is like when you see your first child, when you have your first child, they're going to be very dependent on you. They're going to be doing all this A, B, C, and D. Guess what? That child is dependent on you, Devon, because you are the only person right now of sight, sound, and mind who is actually voicing their opinion about Chance. First and foremost, Chance, you're going to get dragged. Oh, by the way, as y'all did not know, they recast the role of Chance. He's cute.
Right.
But the thing is, and Young and Restless, I wish you would have played it out longer, by the way. She's just saying.
A little longer, yeah.
A little longer, because you got everything. When I say I'm hoping for a custody battle, I'm not even joking anymore, because you're going to have victims. Think about this, because this was a question. When Abby showed up, why didn't she leave it with her family?
Yeah, why
didn't she leave that child with a family member? Right, but you remember what she said, though. She said that the baby, Devon, baby, Vaughn, they connect. And keep in mind, Amanda was there to hear that. Yes, so a lawyer was present when this all happened. Mariah's like, oh, you're leaving town? Oh, who's David Bowie? I was going to say Bowie. Who's the baby going to stay with? Yeah. I don't have a problem moving in. Okay, Mariah, you're too desperate, but I understand both you and Devon want the best for this child. To me, I need a custody battle. I swear I do, because first of all, when Chance does return, who's to say Chance wants to be a father? Who's to say that he's going to be in the right state of mind? Because, Abby called, got a phone call from the Russians, because they found out that Chance knew a family in Russia, right? It was Russia, right? Right.
No, it's Russia. Yeah. Was it Russia?
And so, it was Russia. So, long story short, the woman couldn't speak English. She was like, and then just when Abby gave up hope, phone rings again, and it was Chance. The lady said, Chance is alive. Chance is alive. So, Abby's like, what? So, here's the thing, Young and Restless. You actually had turned the story around, because it started as, they going too fast with the storyline. Why did y'all have Abby and Mariah? Oh, now we understand. Now, all of a sudden, everybody's kumbaya. But now you legitimately turned this into a Devon holds the cards, because Abby literally dropped that child off in your care. So technically speaking, did she abandon the child? Not really. Yes. Is she? Yes. Well, wait a minute. Now there's three ways we can look at this. I feel like I should be on a lawyer show. Did she abandon the child because of her selfish needs? Did she abandon the child because she can't take care of the child and the responsibility, which is not for selfish reasons? That's or did she abandon the child because she didn't want it?
Okay, but you're forgetting that elusive fourth reason.
I know. I'm about to get there.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I feel like we're in people's court. Go ahead.
Did she abandon the child because she is focusing on pieces of her life that may or may not pan out to be true? And did she take the proper steps along the way when she abandoned that child? That's how the custody battle is going to play out. That Abby has, basically done lost her mind, and she's not fit to parent. Because you're right. And you can't go any of the other directions.
Right. So it's going to be interesting, because we already seen certain, and look, think about it. You got the Newmans, Abbotts, and even the Winters, Hamilton,
the Newmans,
Winters,
Abbotts, Chancellors, and Winters. You've got every major family in this storyline. Yes.
See,
and it's going to get hot, and it's going to get ugly. Oh, Young and the Restless,
the sad part is we don't even know what condition Chance is going to be in.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, Young and Restless, I know I made a comment on Twitter Space. I said, we already did the post-traumatic stress disorder, because we had Stitch and Dylan when, they came home from being overseas. If Chance is in that condition, I'm going to actually take back what I said. Let it be that he did suffer from it. But also, at the same time, please let Devon drag him. Please let Abby drag him. Please let him get in on the action, too. Because here's the thing, and even Jill, even Nina, look, if you got to fly freaking Tom back to play Philip Chancellor to do it, too, because I would give him a pass where it's like he took the mission because half of the reason is he wanted to do the job, but half of it was he got scared. I need
scared.
for y'all to play some history in this too. But I do need people to drag Chance a little bit, because as much as this is going to pain me to say this, I remember when Chance, played by Forever and a Day actor John Driscoll, he, his version of Chance was more of a father figure than Billy to Delia. So for this to be a whole turnaround, it's going to be very interesting to see, first, if Young and Restless plays on that. Two, if they do play on it, I want them to do just like that. You got a custody battle. You got Jill, Victor, Ashley, Jack. Oh, my gosh. And then it plays into the Chance Combs stuff.
But this is the chance for Jill to come back in and say, you know what? Until you get right, I got to go in the opposite direction. I got to go against you until you get right. Which will also force Abby to get right with herself, too.
Hold up. You do realize that we just tied Jill into this, right? We now have a bridge with Jill because it plays into the Chance Combs thing, because for the first time ever, Billy, you did nothing wrong. You did nothing wrong.
Yes.
And I'm so proud of the fact that, I know some people are mad about this, but the thing is that Adam was never going to be this gumbable guy that everybody was saying, like he was going to change his whole life around. I mean, he did change it a little bit, but they're not going to, quote unquote, make him watered down for so long. The fact is that you had, first and foremost, you had that guy, Grain, kind of lie. He lied, and we all said that. We said, Billy, you need to check your facts and everything, which was said. Are you sure about this, Billy? He was so gung-ho about getting back at Adam because Billy has always wanted a win against the Newmans. This is no longer about Victor or Adam. It's about the family's, legacy that,
family honor.
But the thing is, is that they addressed very briefly, like 2 or 3 times over the last 5 years. It's not really been about Delia either. It's been about how Billy reacted to everything and what Billy felt about and what Billy believed, et cetera, et cetera. Ultimately, it really wasn't about Delia.
No, it's seriously about the family legacy of everything. And then on top of that,
so this custody battle and Young and the Restless, if you don't go there, oh my God, I don't know what to say.
I will write the freaking script for you.
Yeah. Contact Candice and myself. We will. Oh my God, we will get you the best ratings you have had.
I will even be an extra if y'all want me to. Because here's the thing: you do have all the families on this show right now that are intertwined in 2 big storylines. Sorry, Amanda. No offense to you, girl. I love you, but I don't care about your father killing. I'm sorry. Like, unless it was somebody that I actually knew, I can't. But I would like to see you representing Devon Court. I do.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, because to me, it's now I'm going to tell you something. All right. I always say Victor Newman is the Young and the Restless, and there's a reason I have said that, and I've kept my word on this. To me, Young and the Restless, you better have Victor be plotting and planning and playing Ashlyn, because this whole protection of Ashlyn, I understand. Ashlyn reminds you of you. I know he does. He is now your son-in-law. I get it. You don't want Victoria to be hurt. But at the same time, Victor Christian Newman. Victor. I know that you have something on him. You better have something on Ashlyn to really take him down. I need for you also to be playing your son, because if there's something that was said a couple of weeks ago by your son, your one of your first kids, Nick, is when Nick says, you always do this, Dad. You always pin us against each other. You always are doing this to try to get a reaction from your other kids. Well, guess what, Victor? I'm going to need you to do that, because this whole I'll be dumb. He's done it again. No.
Yeah. All right, Candice, can I offer you an alternate thought process to that? If after all is said and done, when Victor finally makes his final move, it is to christen Adam as the one that he knows will carry on the legacy, I'm all for it. All for it.
First and foremost.
Hold up. Let me give you a second piece of that. No. Not that Victor's going to go, but that when if he hands the crown to Victoria, and there's something that's been all along between Victor and Victoria, I'm ready to go to. If Nick comes up triumphant and all this, there is no way to justify that. I don't care what writing they put in there. I don't care what little secret bombshell. The history of Nick, Victoria, and Adam, no. This cannot be a Nick triumph story. It can't be. It cannot be. It is not believable in any way, shape, or form.
True. I don't know. I'm like I said, Young and the Restless has gotten a little bit better, but they're still trying to find themselves. They're still in that puberty stage.
They are most definitely still trying to find themselves, but they have every piece of material right now to send us up into orbit with Jeff Bezos and them rockets that are taking us up into the stratosphere.
And wait a minute, we forgot something.
What?
We forgot something.
We did?
Uh-oh.
And Moses.
Faith.
Here's the thing, y'all.
Oh, my God, you're right.
Okay.
Yes, girl, yes.
Here's the thing. Okay. General Hospital right now has a good young adult set. Young and Restless, we need some work. We need some work. We need to bring in more young people. That's what we need. That's because everybody's not studying and all this stuff. However, if you do the two storylines that we just now said where everything is tied in because you have all the families against each other, intertwining each other, it goes down to Faith and Moses. Yeah, we could have a little Romeo and Juliet minus the killing going on where, I don't know, like where they feel the tension between the two families, well, all three families and everything, because there was something that
lived into each other. And then they escape into each other, and it's a bond that you can't tear apart. Yes.
I'm going to be honest.
Yes.
Faith and Moses could be Lily and Daniel 2.0.
Right?
They could.
Right? Yes.
Younger Restless, I'm available on Saturdays. Younger Restless, I'm available on Saturdays if you need me to write the script.
Girl, I'm available on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So we'll run our edits by Candice on Saturday and do rewrites on Sunday.
Yeah. We'll submit it.
All right. We got to hop over to the Bold and Beautiful. Still holding out the Carolyn. I know she's probably not joining us at this point, but what great way to close the show will be Days of Our Lives. Let's jump over to Bold and Beautiful for a few minutes.
Okay.
Okay, I got one thing to say.
Okay, I'll let you say it, and then I will cover it depending on what it is you're saying.
I get what they're doing with Deacon. I get what they're doing where Hope is coming from, but it just is not organic or it's just not. Oh, Candice, you probably can say it better than me. I'm loving where Deacon is driving the storyline. But it makes no kind of sense with Hope. It just don't make no kind of sense.
That she wants a part of him? She wants to give him a chance? Is that the part?
Okay.
That she's willing to continually justify is not the right word. Excuse a way to have the interaction with Deacon. It's just not organic. That's the one piece that's bothering the heck out of me. The rest of it, I'm actually kind of really enjoying watching. Candice, girl?
Okay, so I'm 50-50 with this, too, because I feel as though this conversation needed to happen when, and it's nothing against Anika, but when Kimberly Matula was on the show.
Yeah, she did.
That should have happened. I feel as though the sequence is out there. Now, what I will say is, I'm glad that something is being brought up, but I don't think everybody picked up on it. But you have to really know Brooke's facial expressions and certain wording that she says. The one question has always been, is the reason why Brooke has kind of denied a Hope and Deacon relationship is because of what all happened between...
Bridget?
I don't think she's tempted. I think she's regretful. Because let's think about how Hope came about.
Yeah.
Because Deacon and Bridget was a thing, and it was not just a one-time thing with Brooke and Deacon. It was more than a one-time thing. Hope is the result of a betrayal between a mother and daughter. So it's like, okay, whenever, like, half of me, okay, here's another script I will will it to write. I need for it to be said, because, like Hope said, did Deacon do anything to me, not to everybody, but to her, to make everybody kind of say stuff about him? Like, why did you deny?
That is a good point. That is a good point.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, it's not like Taylor with the gun and, the grandparenting and Bill, because Bill's done stuff. But what did Deacon do to Hope? Did he kidnap her? Did he do something? Like, why hasn't they had this relationship? And the fact that Hope, and this is common because a lot of people do this, that she was curious about him. Because up until, like, when Liam and Hope was going to get married, Deacon, finally made his appearance known, and we was hoping that they would have a relationship. But no, seriously, what did Deacon do to Hope for y'all to deny him access to his daughter? And, yeah, when, the thing is, we forgot, okay, Ron Moss's version of Ridge was Hope's father and Nick. Those were two men who stepped into it. However, now, like, Hope feels all over the place, basically because she wants to get to know her real father. And it's okay. Like, it's fine. Now, where I will say is Brooke is two ways. I don't think she's tempted. She's halfway. She's like, I regret what I did because I didn't think I have to go through this again. Keep in mind, when Hope talks to her about Deacon and saying all these things, it is reopening a chapter in Brooke's life. It's reopening a chapter in Ridge's life because of that whole thing.
Yeah, but it's also opening a chapter in Bridget's life, who's not on canvas right now, but that's half-sister and daughter.
And could have been stepmother. Could have been a stepmother.
I know, exactly. Could have been a stepmother and could have and should have been all along a stepdaughter. But unfortunately, one thing that the Bold and Beautiful, the one through line from the Bold and Beautiful that we can always count on is Ridge never gave the time of day to Bridget.
Right.
One time he did.
I mean,
and it was that time when they found out that they weren't related.
We ain't talking about that. Okay. I have memory loss.
That was it.
I have memory loss.
I think they touched on that a little bit.
Memory loss.
Yeah.
And amnesia. I have amnesia. Oh, my gosh. I remembered. Oh, now I'm like Eric. Oh, now I remember the kiss. Ah! Woo! No. No. Oh, why you had to bring that up? But no, like, I wish they would have it where Bridget, see, this is where, Bold, you do need to have a Bridget, because Bridget, to me, if I was writing it, would kind of have a side problem with Hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When she's not there.
Big time. I'm sorry, but if what's her name in real life? Ashley Parker?
Ashley.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
If Ashley for whatever reason is not available right now, then we need a cute little recast for a very short storyline arc to come in, because that does need to be addressed. It needs to be brought up.
It does.
And made. It does. It does. And if Ashley, I love you, honey. I wish you can come back, but if you can't, then give it to somebody else who can play it for a little bit.
And I think that's what they're trying to do. I think because
do you
of what
think
they're
we're going
doing
to see
with
Bridget come in soon?
I think so, but you know what I also think is that because we're doing so Bo did a reset. I just want everybody to kind of figure this out. They did a reset on their story. You now have two of sort of the same storyline going on, but being told completely different. And
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest, it's kind of working because the other storyline which we came off of, the ED storyline, wasn't working. And they dropped the ball with the Quinn and Carter stuff. I'm going to be honest, I'm keeping 100. But now you do have the story of two people who are trying to learn more about themselves via their parents. You have Hope and Deacon, which is going to cause trouble for Ridge and Brooke, you know, as well as Hope and Liam. Right. And we also know that Taylor's coming back in a matter of weeks. So that's going to play into
December
it. Then,
10th.
then you have the Sheila, Finn, Stassi, you know, and all that going on. So it's kind of interesting. But, yeah, like if you've been watching the show as long as we have about the Deacon, Brooke, and how Hope came about, you do question, like, what did Deacon, like, we know what he did to Ridge and them, but what did he do to Brooke and to Brooke too? Because, like Hope said, didn't he help you with your AA? So he can't be all that bad if he, like, you know, did all that.
As far as I'm concerned, Deacon never did anything to Brooke. If anything, she played him. No. Yeah. She played him, and she put him in too many situations where he had to get himself out of. If she didn't play things the way she played them, Deacon would have done at least a third of the things that he did do. That people are
and
so
let's not
upset
forget,
about.
when he seduced that famous scene, the phone scene, when everybody heard Bridget getting deflowered, that was based off of Brooke and them. Because they was trying so hard to push Deacon out of their lives, and then next thing you know, Brooke is not trying to push Deacon out of bed. I'm just saying. But they need to – I'm liking the way they're playing it because, again, it's a tale of these two people, Deacon and Sheila. Their reputation is very well known. But for one of them, the question has been, like, what did he do to his child? That's the question, like Hope presented. Why is it I can't have a relationship with my father?
Which race
the difference between Finn and Sheila is Sheila killed people.
Right.
Sheila stole
she
babies.
Tormented the whole family.
Sheila pretended to be other people. You know,
Sheila shot Steffi's mama. Like, that's the thing. It's like, it's crazy because I literally had a conversation with somebody. They's like, I don't understand why Steffi's acting the way. I was like, really now? You know, okay, let me just break it down to you. Stephanie's grandmother, grandfather, father, stepmother, brother, cousin, and mother all was tormented by Sheila.
And again, I'm going to point this out, as I always do, but Eric is very well aware of everything that Sheila did up in Genoa City, too. You know, holding people on a boat on hostage, threatening to toss a baby off the back of a yacht, et cetera, pretending to be villain.
You forgot the best part. And he takes ownership about Sheila. He's like, if I never had answered that phone call and hired her as a nurse, she would have never brought her terror to my family. And you're right. Again, for the fans who remember that fateful day when Sheila called and Eric answered, and Eric said, "Come on out." That's how it all started. Who would have known
That's how it all began.
that this woman would have done all the stuff? Now, I saw people saying, well, Finn needs to have a mind of his own. You're right. But at the same time, he's trying to be respectful. He's being respectful to his wife and the mother of his child. And I know what people said. They should have figured this out when he was adopted and all this stuff. And I'm like,
yeah, but we don't get that.
I said, we don't get it. It's a soap opera, folks. Some things you got to bend to believe. Now, what I will say is Jack.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, girl. Thank you.
Go ahead. I think I know what you want to say.
Let me say something. Okay, Bo, here's the thing. You know how I said about the pacing of storytelling? Okay, this is one of those where you did wait a little too long, but I still like the execution. Because I kept saying, I was like, all right, when the truth comes out about what Jack knows and what he did know and what he knew and who he didn't know, y'all got that right? I need for Finn, more so Lee to go off. And at first, you know, when Lee found out, I was like, you know what? I think I got their marriage. I think I can pinpoint what kind of marriage this is, where she's just like going to let it glance over and call it a day. When I tell
you know what? Wait, real quick.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna just pause for 1 second, because if not Lee, I'm very okay with both Ridge or Eric, one of those two, going completely off too, in accordance of Lee. You know what I mean? Lee's not that character that's going to go off like that.
But you know what? At the same time, though, I think as for me, you can have Ridge and Eric, but to me, this is Lee because your husband cheated on you. Not only that, but since the day...
Yes, but wait. Bring it back to real life for a second.
Okay.
How many women need that prod from somebody else? And it doesn't have to be a man, but in this situation... Right. You know what I'm saying, right?
But you know what the other thing that hit her? When she said, our son, your son. I was like,
Yeah.
Because you knew from jump that was your child, and you didn't tell her that. You didn't say that was your biological. So for this whole time, she thought this was an adoption. When I say that line, when she said that, when she said, yours, I was like, oh, my gosh. I said, please don't. But I still love the fact that when Finn found out, that's what I'm talking about. He said that he would protect his children. And I caught that. Because, again, we say this all the time. Whether you're blood or not, family comes in all shapes and sizes. And if you're married into a family, if you are married into a relationship which already has kids, they become your kids. So when perfect segue to allude to the Ned, Olivia, Leo situation. Yes!
That's Julian's child. People forget that's actually not Ned's kid. That's Julian's child, but he loves that child. That is his boy.
I give you one even better.
That's his boy.
No. Wait a minute, I'll give you one. I mean, even though that's the current one, I'll give you the winner of it all. Max freaking Scorpio.
Yes.
There's another one.
Maxie, and Georgie. Not one child, not two child, but three that he raised, loved, and fathered, and did not drop a sperm on a single one of them. Yes, girl. That is the ultimate example. Yes, girl, you are right.
So, with that thing, I'm gonna tell you, like, yes, it was a wait, but they came through with that scene because I was like this. I kept looking at Jack and I was like this. I was like, you nothing but scum, but Ted King, I still love you anyway. But because now I'm trying to figure this is going to give Finn a open opportunity to be close to Sheila, because the one person, I'm not talking about Lee, I'm talking about Jack, right, on this one, lied to him to the point that it's like, okay, you knew who my biological mom is, but I've always wanted to know this man has been wanting to know about his biological parents for years, and you as the biological father / adopted father, you couldn't even tell him the truth. You're nothing but trash, man.
I'm hoping that there's one more layer to this story that we get that somehow absolves or explains at least Jack's motivation.
Yeah.
Now, what I would absolutely love to see, hold up, I just want to say this one point. What I would absolutely love to see is a version of Daisy and Ryder show up and somehow have something to do in the mix. Somehow have something to do in the mix. But, that's just me. Go ahead, David. What's your question? And then we got to go to David.
My question to both of you is, how do you think the reveal went? Do you think it fell flat, or about Jack? The reveal about Jack. The whole reveal to Jack and Finn. You think it fell flat, or were you happy with it? I'm sort of mixed.
I'm sort of mixed too. I won't go so far as to say it fell flat, but okay, the actual reveal itself, Bold does nothing. Bold is the absolute champion of the 4 soaps that are left of giving us a reveal like that. You know, the actual moment, absolutely. All the aftermath, I'm kind of 50-50.
It's Bold and Beautiful.
And I'm gonna harken back to the day that Katie and Quinn, you know, battles, and one of them was supposed to be dead, only to come to find out on Monday. You know, Bold is great at the reveal. Bold is great at the shocking moment, but the carry and the follow through. And
it's still a work in progress. It's a work in progress.
Yeah.
Speaking of a work in progress, I'm going to pick y'all brains about Thomas and Paris. All right. Holy Spirit, activate. Okay. So we have, you know, roommates.
Yeah.
Thomas, Paris, right? And we know that Paris is in a great relationship with Zende. Right? Yeah. Zende talks to Quinn about making a certain piece of jewelry for the young lady named Paris. And what kind of jewelry is it?
It's a ring.
It's a ring. Whee! Meanwhile, Thomas and Paris are on the couch drinking lattes. I'm just going to say lattes, okay? I don't know. And, you know, they're talking about life and, you know, relationships. And Thomas is kind of having a moment where, you know, because, you know, he has a crush on her. I don't know if y'all know, but he has a crush on Paris. Ever since she started singing.
He's got something
like,
on
la-da-da-da-da. And so they're talking, and Thomas is like, are you happy with Zende? And Paris is like, yeah, like, you know, we're good. And Thomas was like, so he was like, you know, in case you weren't too, you know, happy with him, you know, there's other options. And Paris was like, what are the options? And he's like, me.
He put his cards on the table.
He put his cards on the table. Now, look. Okay, this is the Bold and the Beautiful. I just want to clarify. This is the Bold and the Beautiful. I used to joke when I was younger, if you needed help with triangles, this is the show for you. I see because everybody's in a triangle. I see what Bold is about to do between Thomas and Zende. I see it a mile away, and I'm going to be okay with it because it is a Forrester and a Forrester. We need it. We don't have a Ridge and we don't have a Thorn. We don't have, the Steffi and Thomas.
We don't have Taylor and Brooke. We don't have
Taylor and Brooke. We don't have none of that. Now, where I will say is that this is where I'm kind of like, okay, this is going to be interesting twist. Thomas is, you know, everybody says, but this is putting Thomas back to square one. Actually, it's not. Here's what's going on, in my opinion. Thomas feels as though if he's open, completely honest, without sneaking around and plotting and all this thing, that, hey, at least he did what he was supposed to do, and all the pieces will fall into place. That's what Thomas is at. Because as he's seen before, if you've been plotting, scheming and stuff, it doesn't always work. So it's like put it all out there. Another thing that he's doing is he cannot separate real love and love. He's not had that. Like, well,
all right, consider this for a second, though. What if they're playing the beat that he learned his lesson with Hope and, you know, the imaginary, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? Mm-hmm. What if they're playing the beat that he's trying in his head to be the stand-up supportive guy, et cetera, and that's the approach. And it's not actually that he's scheming.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's like without him scheming, without him doing all the stuff that he was doing, like sabotaging Liam and Hope, that he's being upstand, like he's being an upstand guy, like he's trying to be truthful. But the thing is that even though he's him putting everything out is a good approach versus what he would probably normally do, there's still something that's not right because Zende is with Paris. Paris is actually attached to somebody. So for you to kind of say, hey, well, in case y'all don't work out, like, here I am, kind of like pimping yourself out.
Hold up.
Yeah.
So on that train of thought, though, let's go back into Zende's past for a second. 7 minutes, Sasha.
Right, because you got Nicole. You got Nicole. You got Sasha.
So he actually, and I'm half playing devil's advocate and half really wanting this to be true. What if he learned his lesson? And this is what he thinks as, oh my God, the only people that rise to the top up here in the, LA that actually exists on the Bold and Beautiful, where there's only 27 people in the whole damn city. What if the only people that actually rise to the top of the hero, I need to be the hero? Yes, he's scheming to be the hero, but it's out of everything else I've ever done has never worked. Let me be the hero now, and hopefully she'll see what a great guy I am.
Yes. Not only that, but as I just now said, we don't know what happened with Nicole. All right, Bo, Here's the deal. Because we really don't know what happened with Zende and Nicole. We all know that, the last thing we remember, Sasha, Zende, Nicole, and then all of a sudden, magically, poof, Nicole and Zende got married, and then poof, they got divorced. You need to play that beat in order for Thomas to look good.
Rick and Maya.
I know, honey. I know.
I had to. I'm sorry, girl. I had to. Rick and Maya.
I know. I said it too. But the thing is that could play into Thomas to Paris waking her eye, opening her eyes and realizing, wait a minute, I don't know that much about Zende. Like, I thought he never did this and this and this. And then Thomas is like, are you going to be okay? Like, you need to play it. And yes, I'm going to say it. The fact that his mother is coming home, I need for this to put, you know what, Bo? Here we go. It's the Super Bowl. You need to play on the fact that Thomas, the reason he is the way he is because of his parents, his choice during their relationship. The fact that he feels as though he has to be doing extra to be in a relationship. Because let's take a look at Thomas's love life here, shall we? Ding, ding. Okay, we have Gabriella, green card.
Gabriella.
We had
Amber.
Hope. And,
we did have Amber. And don't forget the magical berry moment either.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah, that's true with Brooke. But Brooke was with Bridge and everything like that. Then you had, so you got Gabby, Abby. Woo, why did I go Dave for all of a sudden? Okay, hold on. Gabriella, the Berries, Amber. Then you had Hope. I did it right. Right, okay. Then you had, who else did you have? Desi. Who else was it? Let me see. Hope. Caroline.
There was Caroline. There was Sally.
Sally. And then it was Caroline 2.0. Then Caroline 2.0 met her maker, God rest her soul. And then it was Hope, Zoe. And now we're with Paris. Well,
but
Hope,
again, I just have to say it. Don't forget the Barry, because he did have his cute little moment with Brooke.
I know we remember the Barry, but that's the thing. It's like Thomas hasn't had anybody to fight for him and whatnot,
never.
or kind of just be. And I think that stems from the parenting. Okay, Bo, last year you did this with Steffi, because Steffi called her own parents out with this one. You need to showcase how the Brooke, Ridge, and Taylor triangle affected Thomas. Now. Because you're going to have the Brooke and Deacon stuff with the Hope stuff. But now we got to really get into the psyche of Thomas in order for the Thomas Paris Zende storyline to work. You know what? I'm available on Thursdays, not every Thursday, to write that script. Just saying.
Although, if you want to recast or invite the original Nicole back, I would not mind throwing the Thomas psychological parent storylines to see a good storyline play out between Zende, Nicole, and Thomas now.
Right.
You know, let her come back right at the moment and be like, oh, you want to know what happened? Oh, yeah, here's what happened. 7 minutes, Sasha caught up with him in Marrakesh, and they had a weekend, and I said, oh, no, I'm done. He's never going to be, blah, 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 blah. Oops, Paris wants a steady man. She turns to Thomas, bing, bang, boom, there we go. But, Bold, if you choose to go that direction, you can have my show notes. You can take them and run with them. But if you'd like to add in the Rick and Maya storyline, I've got a really, really, really good idea about all that. Call me. Pam, who is the showrunner of Take Two Radio, should give you mine and Candice's number. We will write an incredible storyline that will tie it all up together.
Wait a minute. I'm going to just joke right now. I'm just going to joke right now. We know 3 of the writers.
We do.
Hey,
we
Lawrence.
do.
Lawrence. Hey, Lawrence. Hey.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I guess Caroline is not going to make it with us, but we need to go over to Salem. And oh, my God. I got to say.
Oh, my God.
I'm all,
that winter
the
winter preview?
All in.
Wait. Can we talk about that? The
Come on, girl. Go ahead.
Can we please? Okay. So yesterday was the Day of Days virtual event. It's the second year. Obviously, in case y'all have been living on the rock, there's something called Corona out there.
Yeah.
And so obviously they can't have it at their normal venue, which is Universal City in California, which hopefully next year they'll be able to. And the best thing is it's free. You only got to worry about your plane ride, your lift, and a hotel. That's it. And money to get merchandise. Okay. So this year, Ari Zucker and Eric Mossoff was the co-host again. Shout out to them. But, you know, we can talk about all the trivia games and all that. Make sure you go to dayofdays2021.com for all that stuff. But it was the winter promo because, look, every year at these events, they show you what's coming up on Days While Live. Now, we all know about the movie, right? We already know about the movie.
We all know about the movie.
16. But we didn't know it was about to drop. And they showed up. So let's break it down. We got some ho-hos. We got some jingle bells. We got
some jingle balls.
Jingle balls, jingle bells. But we got 2 bells in one.
We got 2 bells.
Let's break it down. We got 2 bells. So Sean and Bella getting it on, getting a little freaky, and then all of a sudden here comes Belle. Yeah.
You think we got Marbell?
Yes.
Or Belle Devil?
And yes. Because Deidre Hall said, by the way, I'm going to say something. Shout out to Deidre Hall because she gave you the true Hollywood story of the Marlena Procession storyline. And like she said, she ended it with saying that the devil is always in Salem. When I tell you that promo proved that proved it. So we got Jingle Bells. That was one. Okay. Then the next thing, there's a murder. Philip may be dead, y'all.
Girl, you know who's going to die. You know who's going to die.
Wait,
you and I both know it.
Wait, let's set this up. Prime suspect is Brady. Wait a minute. Yeah. Brady's the main suspect. Here's how they found out that it was probably Philip, his leg. Okay. I'm getting emotional talking about it. Not really. I've been saying for a while that the one thing I didn't like about them writing Philip, I mean, there's many things that I don't like about them writing, how they write Philip down, is they don't make a mention of his leg. And somebody asked me the other day, Candice, why do you keep bringing that up? And I said, because that storyline was an important storyline of him in the military, and he lost his leg and all that stuff, and the prosthetics, and
it defined who he was for that whole era of
because
character.
He was not. He kind of changed after that, and that also strengthened him and Belle's relationship. So I was always like, why don't they like with Brady? The ongoing joke I always say is every time Brady is shirtless, I should see a scar. Just like with Katie. Every time Katie's wearing something, I see a scar. Okay, I'm just saying. So when they showed the leg, I'm like, no, y'all didn't. I was like, no, y'all didn't. I said, let me rewind and see this again. And I was like, it's a leg in the process. So he's like, yeah, this determines it's him. And I'm like, they talked about the leg. Okay. Then we have, oh, God, there was so much going on. When I tell y'all it was so much. Then we have Duke the Bear. Now, I know people said, people been saying stuff. That poor bear, yep. Ava cut the head because she saw Rafe and Nicole getting too close. Yeah. So Ava allegedly is going to go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Okay. I have not felt this way about a toy since baby Ariel Drake on General Hospital, 2012. So she was burned. Anthony, hold my hand. I don't like talking about it.
I'm holding it, girl. I'm holding it. When
on the fateful day that Britt, because Eva said she doesn't
want to jeez.
And Britt, because the dog pee-peed on her, Britt threw the dog, and the dog caught on fire. Okay, I'm sorry. And now, years later, we got Duke the Bear head getting cut off. I tweeted a couple of weeks ago to Ron Carvati, the head writer of Dave, about the parallel between those two. And last night, after the promo show, he tweeted, fans are going to get upset like they did with me when I killed another dude on another show.
Mm-hmm.
In case y'all don't know the reference, if you're a General Hospital fan,
you know.
Ron was over there when he killed Dolph Duke. So it's two Dukes that Ron has killed.
Oh,
I'm sorry, I get emotional talking about it.
Girl, you get emotional. Say that so that the folks out there can hear you. When he kills off.
I'm sorry. It's just, it's hard.
I know, girl, it's hard. It's hard.
When Young and the Restless, they killed off the teddy bear. That teddy bear didn't have it. Justice for all these characters, y'all. Hashtag justice for them all. Okay, no.
I'm sorry,
anyway,
but if we're going to do that, then we got to add justice for the Corinthos Moss.
Oh, no, we found out
the
where
Moss
it's
did not get treated well.
No. We found out what happened. So if you follow Ian and McCoy, and so we talked about this. Apparently there was contract negotiations, and apparently the Moss wanted a lot. So what happened was Eden took it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so it's alive with Eden. I missed that. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, that Moss became a very prominent character for a while.
I'm telling you, that Moss is still going to be getting an Emmy nomination. I'm telling you, mark my words. That Moss is going places, okay? I'm just saying, hashtag Moss is legend. Okay, so with that promo, then, of course, we had, a Maggie and Victor moment and stuff. Oh, kind of nice. Then we had a Horton Christmas. Did anybody pause to see who all was in there? Because I know I did, because I'm that kind of a person. So we do see the children.
Kira and Ben.
Nope. Yeah, not yet. So in the Horton home, right, we saw Jack. And we saw Abby and Chad. And yes, folks, we saw her.
We saw Gwen.
We saw Gwen and Jennifer.
Yeah.
Gwen and Jennifer?
We saw Gwen and Jennifer. Yes, we did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and folks know that I have poor eyesight, so I called one of my verification sources to make sure that what I thought it is. We saw Gwen and Jennifer. Yes, we did.
Yeah. And Jack is still alive.
Jack is still alive.
We don't know if that's gonna happen, but no. Then it started getting a little hot. Then we saw Lonnie, Abe, Eli, and Paulina. And, if looks could kill, literally, Paulina's like, I can't get a Merry Christmas. Lonnie took a look and looked like daggers was about to come out. So, there's still some tension there.
Yep.
Let's see, what else? Of course, you got love. Everywhere is love. But then we have, Sammy returning. And what does she see when she comes home? she sees a ho-ho with a ding-dong. So we got EJ and Nicole apparently making some whoopee, and Sammy sees it. You know, this reminds me of the time that Will saw Sammy and EJ getting it on and threw up.
Oh.
Girl, I'm going to take you even further back. This reminds me of when Sammy saw Mama and John getting it on. Yes.
On that table.
Yes.
But then we had you know, Martell. Because they're like, everybody I think is getting a clue that something's not right with her, and Doug and Julie, and then next thing you see is Doug, Julie, Ben, and Sierra, and Devil, who finally did. I've been asking for this scene for the longest time. I asked, could Devil either be at a church or somewhere, but I'll take the Horton household. She got fire. Fire. But wait. You thought that was the end of that promo? You thought it was?
Oh,
no.
Yeah. Oh, no. Don't forget the devil hasn't played with Victor yet.
Wait.
Go ahead, girl.
But then, you know, they show that, you know, the Mar Devil, she got all the cards. She's playing everybody. And then you have the priest, well, former priest, John, saying, God, I need you to give me a sign to help me with this devil. And all of a sudden, you see these flashbacks of, you know, the Mar Devil, John throughout the years and everything. And then, Lord and behold, literally, Lord and behold, a figure comes out of the darkness into the light. And who is that light, you may ask? Oh, Father Eric Brady. When I say I nearly passed out seeing Greg Vaughn back, I'm like, I heard the rumors. But to see him, I'm like, ding, 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 ding. And even the promo kind of ended with Mar Devil's like, oh. But wait, because then you have Eric turn back because he hears and sees Kristen in the bed, and Kristen is like, you want to make a video of round 2 of that video?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Yes, I forgot that part.
Look, I'm sorry. I have to say this. This is absolute perfect storytelling.
Yeah, it is.
I really, you know, about 2 weeks ago when we did this show, I really was not sure that they were going to pull this. I'm glad they did the storyline. I was glad 2 weeks ago they did the storyline. But 2 weeks ago when we were talking about all this, I honestly said in the back of my own head, oh, they need something real good here to tie this all up. They need something real good here to make this storyline solidified.
I'm just going to say
you got Eric, who left
they need the priest because they need the priest.
They need a culture because John can't be a priest. He can't practice it.
Right.
You're going to need. Okay, I know we're running out. We're running out. Let me just say this real quick. Yeah. Every time Days does an end of the year promo, they always give us a big shock. When I say that this had to happen because of The Exorcist, which is the original why this storyline even happened 30 years ago, was because James E. Riley said, oh, you know, it's the 25th anniversary of The Exorcist. Let me come and do the storyline.
Oh,
it's going to be really good.
Wait. To be fair, at the same time, there was a film release called Repossessed that starred Linda Blair, who was the original Regan.
And Leslie Nielsen,
Yes.
But
they wanted to play on every beat. Yep.
Right. Before we get cut off, make sure you guys have a great Thanksgiving. We're thankful that you guys are with us every time. Make sure you follow us on all social media. Make sure you still support all 4 soaps. Be blessed, be married, don't eat so much, and we'll see you next time. But, check out the Day's promo.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Check out the Day's promo and go experience the Thanksgiving episode of Forever and a Day. Girl, I love you, and I'm waiting for my phone to ring.
Love you guys. Have a great one.
Love you. Good night. Have a nice Thanksgiving.
Get connected with Take Two Radio on Facebook or Twitter at Take Two Radio. For email updates on future shows, follow at Blog Talk Radio. For previous episodes, upcoming guests, and more, visit TakeTwoRadio.com.